guys, and welcome back to, I think it's episode 10 of the bulking series. So we're a couple episodes in and we're doing shoulders today. Starting off in the seated dumbbell lateral raise. Honestly, I'm feeling a little bit of pain in my shoulder recently, in my right shoulder. I think doing like an isolation movement to really get blood in there and make sure before I press like it's nice and warm is basically the reason why I'm doing this isolation movement first. Squeezing the muscle, it's definitely good, especially in shoulders, because it's not a massive muscle group, but you just want to get as much blood in there as possible. I think shoulders grow better with more volume. After a set is done, like squeezing it, making sure there's as much blood in there as possible. It might look a little bit strange, but look at people like Hani Rambod. There's a reason he does it. Alright, so shoulders are feeling nice and warm, and we're ready for the main command, which is Smith shoulder press. And week to week, it's now episode 10, so I have a previous shoulder day, like I better be progressing this. That is the whole point. This is the main one that I want to be getting stronger at every week, because a bigger muscle is a stronger muscle. A stronger muscle is a bigger muscle. One of them, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta get stronger. Now, this is stating the obvious. For me, it shouldn't take like an injury or like a little niggle for me to reevaluate this, but on shoulders, I've definitely moved more on this. But like, I'll push it up and then I'll kind of bounce at the bottom and I wouldn't control the way down. But having something that's bothering you really does force you to focus in on the technique and not use as much weight and try and get the most out of the least weight. But it shouldn't take like a little injury for that to happen. I should just know that, you know what I mean? Ego is something you need to keep in check 24s. So I was actually on this exercise debating whether to do it like this, or I've seen people, they do it like this. So they don't have their hands like attached to this attachment. So many words, attachment. Anyways, I concluded that I think it's better to do it like this for me right now, because I can lift more weight. Building muscle, mechanical tension, how much load is actually on the muscle is one of the most important factors in growing muscle. So I thought that even though I might have a slightly better mind to muscle connection when I have my arms straighter out. Having it like this, but then maybe engaging a little bit more traps is actually fine, because I think it will put more tension on my delts, which is what I want. And also today I'm training shoulders and traps. So with that reasoning, that's also why on the first exercise I'm doing a seated lateral raise, because it allows me to swing a bit more than if you've seen in previous videos I like have a bench and then I like lock myself in. The reason that I want to do a seated one is because I actually don't mind using a bit of traps, because I'm hitting shoulders and traps today. So I think if I can put more tension on my shoulders, even if it means I hit a bit more traps, because it's shoulders and traps today, that's okay. That's part of the goal. Alright, now we've got rear delts, and then we're going to do one pump exercise, which could be a rope front raise. So. One more shoulder exercise left. Okay, so last exercise here, we're doing 5 sets, 45 seconds to a minute rest. And again, just absolutely blow the shoulders up with blood.
No, I've been doing it. It like, I hurt, but not like it. But yeah, that was actually so fun. I was so nervous.
Traps, dumbbell shrugs, like easy basic bread and butter compound movement. And yeah, 3 sets here. First set normal, second set rest pause, third set drop set. So I'm doing face pulls here to hit the rear delts and a bit of traps. I've noticed on this exercise you really don't have to use a lot of weight, but it's super important that the way I think of it is like it's like riding a bike. You don't want to be having so heavy weight that you're basically pulling it and then you have to rest at the bottom and then like pull it. It wants to be like constant motion, like constant tension, because the rear delt is not really a big muscle, and to get it firing you don't need a lot of weight, but you need to constantly just be applying tension to it. So you notice here, like my form will be very continuous, like riding a bike. Alright, last set here, double drop set. Alright, session done.
Yeah.
Hey guys, so there we have it, episode 10 of the bulking series done. Shoulders and traps, and I am at 190 pounds in the morning now. So the heaviest on this bulk that I've been so far, and I'm 5 pounds off the heaviest morning weight that I've ever been in my life. But I feel like I'm in the best condition, so we're progressing well, and it's nice to see week to week. Definitely filling out the vest a little. From the thumbnail, I thought I'd talk a little bit about my mentality going into this quarter and just being real about where I'm at in that sense, because I feel like that's also part of the journey. And where I'm at in that sense is I'm going into a new quarter, it's winter quarter, and full quarter I built up a lot of momentum. I definitely set the bar high, and so coming into this quarter there's a lot of things on my plate at the moment, especially with bodybuilding and social media. I actually realized in the break, when I was completely on my own, in the house I was living at, everyone else had gone home, I was in a routine of doing work, bodybuilding, social media, and I built up some really good habits like on my own. I was feeling great. And it feels almost like I'm taking a step back now with uni in the picture, because uni and like relationships and social, it's like a whole new game, and it's like, I feel like I'm taking a step back in a way, because I now know that I cannot live the same way I was living in break, because it was break. And now I have uni, that's almost like a full-time job for a lot of people. My mentality right now is I just need to make the time, instead of thinking, oh, I need to scale back. I just need to reorganize my priorities and just make the time. Everyone has time where they know they could be doing something more efficient or productive, but ultimately, if you really want something, I truly believe that you'll figure it out and you won't make an excuse and you'll find a way. I do think it's possible, but mentally I'm definitely on edge a little, because I understand that the task that I'm trying to uptake is not going to be easy, not guaranteed, difficult. Social media, I definitely picked up habits, and YouTube, Instagram, figured out new ways to be better. But point being, now the standard has already been set, and so now it's not good enough to just reach the standard, it's about improving on it. That's my goal right now. But it's a bit more daunting in the sense that when the standard's already been set a little bit high, then it's not just like you're coming from nothing to something. You're trying to go from having achieved something to going to the next level, You're finding your own challenges. It's about, can I maintain that? Can I keep that and approach new challenges and find ways to figure it out, basically? And it's definitely, I think, more challenging to keep finding new levels after already having achieved a couple of levels, because it gets harder and harder. And also when you get further into different games, you know, you've got the game of uni, game of work, you've got the game of bodybuilding, social media, the deeper you get, the more almost time and attention and effort and everything it takes. So it's also like there almost becomes no balance. Everything has to be geared towards these few goals that you have, and kind of everything else falls away, because if you don't have your life like that, you will not reach the levels that you want to reach. So I think me realizing that is definitely stressful, and I feel like I put a lot of pressure on myself, but at the same time I'm also just grateful to be doing a lot of things that I love, and having a lot of those challenges in itself is a blessing. I'm very grateful to have it, but it's definitely not easy to just keep finding new levels within yourself and keep progressing, because you know, you want to be comfortable, you want to just, oh, that's enough, but there is no end. Like, there is literally never an end. So you just keep going, finding new levels, and that's where I'm at. It's more this term about finding new levels, which I didn't know I had within myself, as opposed to just proving that I had one level in the first place. So I'm ready for the challenge. Here we go. So thank you for making it to the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.